I'm Max Bureck from Fraunhofer Focus. So, short introduction, we're in a research institute, and with we I don't mean I myself. I'm not talking about myself in third person. It's a whole institute based in Berlin, and I'm in the department System Quality Center, and we do all this stuff. If you feel the urgent need for research in that area, call us maybe. But let's go straight to the thing that I want to talk about. Disclaimer: it's late, and this is kind of a mind bender because we're going meta and meta. So I hope you're ready for this, so we can straight go to the technology. Who of you does know EMF? All right, that's good. Oh, you don't see anything. That's not good. How do I change this? Probably. Can have like children that are adopted or natural, and a sponsorship relationship, so families can sponsor other persons. If this looks familiar to you, you have looked into the OMG standard for textuals, for generic textual syntax, Hutton. And well, now we have the meta model, and we can create model elements from it. So this is the generic model editor. I hope this is not too small for everyone. That EMF provides, right? It's the reflective model editor. And if you've gone so far, you probably think about, okay, how can I get the user a more pleasant experience than this tree editor? And there are different technologies. There are textual ways to textually express these models, and there are technologies for form-based editing and for graphical editing, for diagrams, right? And one of those technologies for graphical representation is Sirius. And I like Sirius, and that's I have no affiliation with them. With the Obeo, what's your company's name again? Obeo, right? I was right. I have no affiliations with them, but they have this great tool which allows you to have a model that expresses a graphical editing, not only diagram editors, but I'm focusing on that to create or design an editor for your meta model, right? So you can design model instances, and this is one example here. So this little description for an editor lets you edit the model that I've shown here in a graphical fashion as a designer, and this may look like this, right? So now we have a graphical designer to model these models. And I thought, okay, we have this technology, the Sirius technology, that allows you to specify models to define editors. And we have this great technology that defines graphical editors. So why don't we combine this and define a graphical editor to define these models that are currently tree views. So I designed this odesign.odesign, which is a definition of a graphical editor that allows you to define graphical editors, right? So how does that look like? For example, this here is the representation, the graphical representation of the definition of the family editor that I've shown before, right? So this families.odesign is the tree view, and now we have, oops, here, a graphical view, and this is what I was working on. So you have the ability to define a designer in a graphical fashion. And the advantage is that you can define styles right when you define the editor. So you actually have visual feedback as you design the editor, how the editor would look like. It's a bit limited because, of course, conditional styles and these style customizations, right? You don't see them, but you can get a feeling. I mean, Sirius is great because you can already use graphical editors in the same workspace where you define the editors. So it is already pretty fast. You're already pretty productive. You don't have to start a second workspace, like a second Eclipse to work. But I think this can even get you more productivity if you already see the styles when you define the editor itself. I was even able to go so far to not only present the styles to you, but also to allow you to define what semantic elements these are linked to, right, from within the editor. So let's go one meta level up. Since I designed the editor itself as an O-design, right, I can use my designer to watch my designer. So here's the part, just a part because it's pretty big, and I hope it doesn't crash or anything. So this is a part, just the container part, that describes how the editor looks like that you use to edit editors. So the editor is editing itself, and to show that I'm not cheating, right, this is the graphical style representation of all containers. So I'm now changing the graphical style of all containers in this IDE, in this designer. So where's my properties? View, properties. So as you see, one shortcoming is you don't have the great properties editing experience from the original tree-based editor. And that's one thing I will come back to later. But let's say like all the containers should look not like light purple, but like dark orange. And what happens? The editor edits itself, and all representations of containers get the other color, right? So that's a bit freaky. Yeah, I would like to go so far that I, from now on, bootstrap my editor and just edit my editor further with my own editor. But the big problem here is it can't save. So this is like a bit like, now it's just for visualization, right? You can visualize your syntax, but you can't save. The problem is that it's hard-coded in Sirius that Sirius can't save O-design files. And I've asked in the forum, and they said, well, it's because we have some test cases that actually modify O-design files, and we don't want to save them. Obeo guys, maybe we can talk about it, right? And find a solution. That would be great. And yeah, so this is just my